So the easiest way to check the Arian is to make sure there's still speed. If it stops moving, then we got an issue. And it might be that the weeder hoe type equipment does see the power poles. I think the seeder did, but some equipment just gets hooked up on that. It might be because I'm using mods in some cases. Oh, come on, go, go, go. Alrighty. What else are we gonna need? I only think we need the liquid fertilizer right now. I'm not going to bother to spray the bits that didn't get solid when we were planting. So for the rest of May and June, can't remember when sorghum gets ripe. Well, I guess we can check on that when we get back. Alrighty. But sorghum's quite a quick growth crop. It's ready very early in the year, comparatively speaking, and it plants very late. We can still plant in May. I got all my fields done already. And if there's any planting contracts, I could actually take them on. We don't have a seeder, but we do have a planter. We have a big planter, 6 meter planter. Oh, something I noticed with Clarkson's farm yesterday when we were watching it. He does have a 6 meter seeder on the back of his 270 horsepower Lamborghini. So a little bit overkill. But then there's been so much rain. Charlie suggested that while people don't usually plough land these days, one kills the slugs, and they apparently have a huge slug had a huge slug problem last year. And it also helps to dry out the land, and the land is so wet that they basically need oh, that was a little bit close to the ground. They need to dry out the ground, so Clarkson goes out and gets himself a plough. And we're talking probably about that size. And didn't have a lot of fun with that. The ground's so wet. He's got the horsepower, there's just no traction. Okay. No, that's not the consumables I'm looking for. Category food, category saplings, big bags, big pallets, wrap seeds, silage additives, square twin bales, round bale net. Okay. Tanks, liquid fertilizer. Solid fert seeds, lime, wheat, oat, pig food, road salt. Nope. And big bags, pig food, oat, wheat, lime seeds, solid. No. Oh, that is a little unfortunate. So I am going to buy, I'm probably going to buy 3 of these. That's more money. But that's okay. These are not exactly stacked the best. I know how I'll do this. Forwards, come on, dude. Load them up from the other side. Oh, I load this one up from the other side. Try not to drop anything on the nice shiny New Hollands. Not exactly straight, but not exactly in the middle either. And we do the dancing thing. Yay. So now that's in place, I can get at the other 2 more easily. That'll do. And good enough. Lift it up. Oh, watch the shadows. The shadows give at least a little bit of a clue. Good grief. And bash it sideways. Nah, that's not going to work. Okay. And extract. And the last one. Try and make that one go on straight. Okay. Oops. Nice. Okay, well, one's straight on the forks, even if the rest didn't make it. Still not going to be super straight on the trailer, but that's just the way it is. Dude, seriously? And let's play with the farm sim physics again. Yes. Alright. Well, I got 3 on there. I don't think I can get 6. They're too big. Get 6 pallets, not a problem, and then I can stack them. I think 3's enough. And this lot back to the farm. Is the well, the Arian is still moving, which is a good thing in theory. So, nice little trip back to the farm again. There we go. I might leave the pallets on the back for now, and wait until we've finished fertilizing the fields and then decide, and then unload them after that. Anyway, 9:30. Only got 11,000 money left. We desperately need to do some work for other people or sell some stuff, and I don't have either right now. Oh, that way first. So with fertilizing, we've done 2 of the 3 fields. I've got 1 more to do. Get that done shortly. Dang it. Okay. Stick that there. I'll leave it on the tractor. So how's this boy doing? This is going... Actually, that's not looking too bad. Okay. Good. And you need more liquid fertilizer, so let's bank you out of there. Okay, that's good. Bingo. Okay. That's filled up. And off we go again. Okay, 2 headlands, show lines. No field detect. See, that's the problem I have here. That's what I was afraid of. Okay, go home. Now, the way to get around this is or generally the way to get around this is back to there, drop that down. Lift that up and do that bit. Now, if we drive forward a little bit, then I should just be able to do worker go. Worker will line it up. Hey presto, we're past the thing. Let's see if that's working. No field detected. Now, if I can actually get a field detected here, then it will plot out the entire field. Bingo! Now detecting a field. Steering assist is on. We said OK. And I'm going to go back down here. But that's now set up course for the entire field. And that's part of the problem I had when I was harvesting the red onions in here. I actually had to go and get the harvester maintained, and when I did that, it completely blew out the course, and so I had to try and regenerate it. It just would not work. So that was a little bit of a problem. Anyway, we now have our course. I think this field part of the issues I'm having, I need to be in this bottom southwest corner, and then it will, I've got a course all the way around the field. It's worked. So I just have to set up the course from the gate-ish. Turn left through the gate, set up the course, and then we're good. I guess the other option would be go massive cow farm. This is not going to be a cow farm. And then do something crazy like make this entire field a cow pasture. That would then eliminate the problem with trying to cut the grass here, or trying to plant anything here or whatever. Oh, that was something someone else mentioned. Precision farming. Once you've enabled precision farming, the fields that get planted while it's enabled have tram lines, and unfortunately tram lines deduct from the yield on the field and can result in you being unable to complete contracts. So that might be a problem this year, that we can't do harvesting contracts in fields with tram lines. I mean, we can find out, or we can just limit ourselves to cutting grass. Apparently, fields that are planted with grass also generate tram lines. So, Okay, do that. Oops. Going to maneuver over here so we can get all of this corner. Okay, go forward, turn the sprayer on, turn the GPS on. That should bring me out just right. There we go. Alright, and we're not using too much fertilizer on this field. At least it doesn't feel like I am. We will take care of this. Do want to get that bit round there. Then, oh, 2 headlands. It was 2, wasn't it? Oh yeah, finished watching Andor last week as well. Interesting series. I think the thing is, in general, what you get used to, especially since the first year, the first time anyone ever saw Star Wars, it's all space wizards and laser swords. Kind of like high fantasy in space, effectively. But ever since then, obviously, at that point, you only had Obi-Wan, Luke, Yoda, Darth Vader, and Emperor Sidious. And everybody else was normal. But then obviously we went back to the prequel era, the Old Republic, and there's even more space wizards with laser swords. They were a common sight. Now with Andor, what we get is it's after Order 66, so all the Jedi have been killed, and it's before the Battle of Yavin, so everybody is an ungifted human. There are no space wizards, so I did hear suggest that Andor was a good movie, which didn't actually have to be a Star Wars movie, because everybody is just fighting against the odds against the Empire. Sorry, not Andor. Was it Rogue One? it was a war story set in the Star Wars universe. There's a weed. Missed one. And so Andor continued that. Hey JWoww, yeah. But Andor was a story of the inception of the rebellion, where the rebellion is fighting against all the odds. They don't have much of anything. They don't have much money. They don't have much equipment. And we actually got to see the other side of the Empire. Yeah, very few stormtroopers. It was the other people in the Star Wars universe. Something I liked about Star Wars Galaxies back in the day was they set that game up originally so that you were just ordinary. You could be a fighter pilot, and they couldn't. You could be a mechanic. You could be a shopkeeper. You could be a normal person. Rifleman, carbineer, brawler. The game Star Wars Galaxies. When it first came out, it was normal people living in the Star Wars universe, and that's what I liked about the game. Occasionally you would see a Jedi, but they were as rare as anything. And I think in my travels I might have seen 2 or 3 Jedi being hunted down by bounty hunters. And then things started changing. The game changed. It became easier to be a Jedi. And Jedis were nerfed as well, because up until that point Jedis were all powerful, but there was so few of them they didn't make much impact on the whole universe. It was normal people, but they changed it so that Jedi became more numerous and nerfed them so they were the equivalent of everybody else. And then they went out with the new game experience, which was just horrible. And everybody quit. But I liked the original movies. Watching the prequel movies, I'm not too put off by that either. But as I said, I liked Rogue One and Andor because they were the essence of